Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I bring you my delivery truck and auto loading system. Isn't it fascinating? Beautiful. It's a brick. Anyway, up here we got a bunch of fruits and veggies loaded. We've got about 90 here. The vehicle's cargo area is 2 by 4. Technically 2 by 2 by 4, because you can go up one extra layer. As you can see, we have a wireless gate here that will come in a moment, and the other one is wired to these two here. We are using an inline 3-piston engine through a gearbox. Those are the controls for the gearbox. 6 wheels, roll out. Despite its size, the thing is pretty fast. Next, this wireless gate again. Why do we have it? Because it's connected to that wireless gate right there. This is the central repeater. As you can see, it is controlled by either this switch or the one up on top of the chest there. What that does is this repeater applies to all 4 of these vacuum pumps for my inputs. It will load tomatoes first, beets second, broccoli third, and carrots fourth, in that order. It will not begin loading until the previous one is empty, in order to prevent backup or lost produce. Of course, it will spit them out here. In the case that we get any errant crates that get stuck or just drop out of this thing, this here sensor will cause the conveyor to activate. However, if it doesn't detect anything, it will lower down, so we are not contacting those wheels at all times. The friction on these panels is extremely low, so more often than not, they'll simply slide this direction. Once they land on here, you'll notice that this isn't taking any action while this sensor is active. It's because we've got a pressure plate here. One sensor with no extra component kits required down there, with a pair of suspension. So whenever the weight of a crate is applied, it will get sucked up by that bad boy. And there is a cutoff. If more than one land on this at a time, it will either try and suck them all up, but even if it was to stick to the sky, it will continue repeating until there is nothing left on the pressure plate. And it is filtered to only pick up the crates. From there, it goes on to this loading mechanism. We have the output from that teleport pipe there. We have a end brake system, so when this pushes all the way out, it will stop and then retract, which is controlled by these logic gates here. You have 2 bits. When pressing this button, it will flip the bit. There's an OR gate here as a placeholder in case I want to do it remotely. However, seeing as we have no vehicle here, doesn't do anything. You have to have a vehicle locked into this position, and there needs to be crates in that thing's inventory for it to do anything. And of course, this will linger once it gets down to that end. That will push in, linger for a few seconds, and then back up. So now, let's see the machine in action. Matter of fact, do I have an extra seat somewhere? There's got to be a safety toilet in one of these here chests. What's in here? We got a safety toilet? Safety toilet. Where's my extra safety toilet? Apparently I didn't bring one with me. Well, screw it. Mind you, I used Unlimited inventory to fill the chest. I will be disposing of the crates afterwards. But I figure we need a seat in order to take in the whole process. Once we get loaded, of course. We gear down so we can use a little more precision when backing up. Because this is a bit of a tight fit. Oh yeah, overshot it. Come on now, I know you fit in there. There we go, like a glove. Nice and locked in. Can't back up anymore. We lock our brakes on our gearbox so it doesn't make the thing turn. As you can see here, a trailer hitch is making contact with that sensor, so now it knows there's a vehicle there. But, of course, this is empty. If there's nothing there, we press the button, nothing happens. A lot of nothing happening. So let's make things happen. So 4 will load all of those teleport pipes into the system. We turn it off again to make sure we don't load more. And it begins. Oh, well, apparently I've messed up my wiring and the carrots are still pumping in there. And we're wasting tomatoes. Great. Well, I gotta fix that. But, as you can see, it's pumping out the crates, landing on the pressure plate, and being absorbed. Well, I'll have to figure that out later. Let's see how many crates we've got. We probably wasted about a crate or two worth of tomatoes. 3, 3, and 1. That's not enough. So, just for the sake, let's throw 2 more crates worth of that in there. And there it goes loading. We'll throw down another one of these. Wire that to our switch. That way we can, once it's done loading, which I think it already is, we hit 1. Boonk, boonk, boonk. Apparently we ran out of crates. But that's okay, because it's set to stop when this is empty. Double check a few things. Nothing in there. Okay, so there's nothing in there. Nope, nothing in there. It's still cycling. So, heck with it. Apparently I messed up on the input, but that's okay. And they're gone. Screw it, we'll just load 50 more. And it'll just keep on going. like how efficient that is. 7 more crates. And we have 7 more positions. I think we should throw some more in there just for the case, to show that it won't overload. There we go. So there are 8 crates, but there are only 7 spots remaining. Doesn't deposit anything because the first row is in the way. And deposits those last remaining positions. And if I press the button again, it will extend and retract. But that's just to check if there's any open slots. And nothing else is deposited. We pull the truck away by unlocking our brakes. And we have a full truck. And the fun part is if your vehicle is lower, you can continue to set more and more layers. The problem is these sensors here. Each of them independently check a height per side. So this one checks the higher level. This one checks the lower level of this particular truck. So unless the space is empty at that particular range, it will not fire. Then you also need the truck there, which is what that sensor is for, and what these gray bumpers or guides are used to center the truck. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell.